Don't blink, it's your boy Ing. Welcome to the last episode, the last video we were making today. Thank God we made a lot today. We made a shit ton today. It is my last episode, not the last episode of the day. It's 18th of July. You guys are doing well, by the way. Didn't do a good intro, but I'm tired, so fuck it. We're watching the last episode of Revisiting Classic. One of the one we want to revisit is actually one and only Fight Club. Fight Club is my favorite movie. Fight Club has changed me so much. But when you revisit it, when you look at it from a creator perspective, if you look at it like with the intent of making a critic out of it, you understand that it's so much more. So what is Fight Club? Fight Club is this guy, right, who is, I forgot to do a V for Vendetta, because we just did V for Vendetta. We forgot to do a what's going on. So Fight Club, you see this main character, and this main character is depressed. Nothing in his life works, and there's the way it's put, the way it was realized is really cool. You see him putting in importance on work, putting in importance on doing whatever he can, putting in importance on the furniture of his house. Who gives a shit about furniture? You see the price, you see how it is, you see his job and how proud he is. You see him being depressed, and we don't know why. And you're seeing him being completely delusional. The movie is so well made. And when we're going to revisit it, it's not a recap because I haven't watched a movie in years. But revisiting is such a classic. So we have this character who meets this other character. And again, the main character, he's a pushover. He accepts life for the way it is. Something happened, well, that's life, right? And I think we're a lot of people that falls into that trap. We're a lot of people that follow the same logic. 130, that's good. And that's pretty much it. Why is it so important? Why does it matter so fucking much? Well, it's pretty simple. He meets this character which is called Tyler Durden, right? And Tyler Durden is this almost anarchist. He doesn't respect rules. He lives his own way. He lives in an abandoned house, right? He creates soap, which is kind of crazy. He has jobs. Yeah, there's a bunch of inns that he's kind of like an anarchist. He goes back in the days, you need to replace the reels on the cinema. So the cinema, there's 60 frames per second, right? And a movie is 2 hours. A roll is possibly 1,000. There's 1,000 frame. Sorry, I'm tired. And that frame is important. Those frames are important. So there's this known click, and the click is kind of cool. The click is, you see burn a cigarette mark, and you know you have to change the reel, right? You're like, holy shit, that's my choice. So Tyler, what he would do, he would put a frame of a penis, and that was his way to fuck the system. When you read the book, it's actually crazy. You have recipe for bombs. You have recipe for, and I don't know if they're real, but you have the recipe for bombs, and it is this masterpiece. It's this masterpiece of fuck the society, fuck the system. The only reason it's a good movie, the only reason we want to say fuck the system is because the main character is a victim of the system. He's a slave to the system. He's a slave to capitalism, right? And Tyler understands that. Then the movie goes on. The movie goes on and say, hey, you need to fight for yourself because you're not fighting for yourself, right? And it's quite literal. So we're gonna see it later on. So Tyler says, hey, you have to fight for yourself, so fight me, punch me. And then they create a Fight Club because there's a lot of people like him, right? And the movie ends with the Fight Club being bigger and bigger and bigger and having more and more power. And then the movie ends up by the main character being mad because Tyler has been doing it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful movie. I fucking love that movie. My life is Fight Club. My fucking life is Fight Club. I love nothing more than Fight Club. I'll get a tattoo of Fight Club. It's crazy. See, the movie in itself it's a beauty, because Tyler, the main character is mad as Tyler because he has those clubs everywhere. He's like, hey, this is what's our thing. Why is it your thing? Hey, why is Tyler so much important than me? And for the very first time in the film, the main character actually cared about pride, cared about fighting for something, right? And Tyler's always pushing him to fight for something. Always pushing him, right? Which is crazy, which is fucking amazing. The movie is about also a love interest, which is I don't remember her name. I think it's Myra, but I'm not sure. And Myra is this character that the main character hates because she reminds him of him. Then Tyler invites her in, and he's like, "Hey, I'll have sex with her." The main character's like, "No, she's no good." Now, why is this movie so good? Is because Tyler carries mission, and it goes too far, and it goes too far, and he wants to make a, oh my god, it's so good. He wants to make a credit card building where they keep record of everybody that explode, right? Give another chance to everybody. And at first, the main character is okay with it. He's like, okay, that's a good idea. But suddenly, when Tyler takes over, it's like, nah. Well, it's such a good movie because Tyler is the main character. The main character is Insomniac. The reason why he was so emotional, was so depressed, because he couldn't sleep. He came into a sense where he left reality. He had a out-of-body experience. This out-of-body experience is Tyler Durden. And the beauty of it is from that very first scene where you tell him, hey, you need to. It's such a beautiful movie. The book is better though. The book is better. I'm telling you guys, read the books. The book is the very first fight, right? First fight, he says, "Hey, fight me." The main character is fighting himself because he needs to fight himself. In the movie, the main character apartment explode. It's implied that it's Tyler that did it. It's implied when the main character is Tyler. Why did he do it? Because he needed to get rid of his material possession, to own nothing, to give up everything. He knew as long as he had those furniture, as long as he had his apartment, he had a link, he had a responsibility, he had an obligation to work. That was not the case. See, the main character creates Fight Club because at first it's a beautiful sentiment. It is people that are victims of the system, right? And then it comes across. And the best thing about it is you got those dogmatized people, you got those brainwashed people who believe that the system is good. And it does seem, people are calling it an incel movie because it's mostly about men. It's mostly about men, but the reality is the only reason it's a man club is because the main character is a man. He wants to find people that he could see. There's a part of the movie where he recruits people, and they need to have a certain. He wanted dedicated people, and the best thing about it is he gets mad because he traded the dogma of capitalism, of social media and media controlling your life for another dogma, and it went so far. And the best thing about the movie is he knew himself. He knew how he would react. He knew how he would stop himself. So he made sure that he wouldn't stop himself. And at the end, the best thing about the movie is the very final scene. The building explodes, right? And he holds hands. Sorry, I'm tired. He holds hand with Myra, and he's like, it doesn't matter if she's weird. He's weird too. It's a beautiful thing. It is such a beautiful thing, and there's so many moments where you see the character and his humanity. There's this guy called Bob, and Bob was a part of his testicular cancer. So I didn't say that. The main character being depressed, he goes to groups, support groups. You meet this guy, right, which is Bob, and Bob become a member of the Fight Club, and then it's the first time that the main character is against the Fight Club. Why? Because he knew Bob. Why? Because he cared about Bob. There's a rule when you join the Fight Club. You have no names. And he needed that to feel good about himself. The main character is still a coward. The main character is still a victim until the very end. Till the very end. He took matter to his own end, but couldn't make shit. See, at the very final scene, he shoot himself in the mouth. And it's implied that it's a unalive, but you still see the scene of the building collapse. Right? That's pretty much it. And it's so cool. It is so cool because the movie, when you revisit the movie, what information or what lesson it leaves us is you can't control everything. You cannot trade a totalitarian system for another. You might think that you're right. See, the beauty of the movie was in the first half of the movie when he has this very small fight club, right? It was good. He was in control. The second he loses control though, it stopped being good. But then again, it's his movement, and you knew there was going to be consequences. Every single thing that you do has consequences, right? Every single thing. There's this first rule of the Fight Club is you don't talk about the Fight Club. This is a self-defense mechanism for the Fight Club not to become bigger. Because as long as it's not bigger, it is this. It's so cool. It is so cool. The movie is a piece of art. The book is a masterpiece. So I told you guys when the main character we see him the first time, he's in a study. He's in a group, a support group, right? The Fight Club is a support group. It becomes bigger, and becomes bigger, and it becomes bigger. And it's crazy how good it is. It's a movie you have to watch. It teaches us so many things. It teaches us the error of our way. It teaches us that we're slaves to capitalism. It teaches us that we have no desire to fight for ourselves. It teaches that we're becoming weaker and weaker and weaker because we don't have this what if. My generation, the millennial, I was born in 93, are the first generation that have no purpose, no great war. No purpose. And it affects us. Am I wishing a war? Absolutely not. If you look at our parents, they had purpose. A lot of people are saying, oh yeah, but your parents, they didn't have the inflation, they could buy a house. True. But they work harder. My parents work way harder than me. I made, I want to say 17, 18, 20 videos today. And there's a day when my mom worked way harder than this, and there's a day when my father worked way harder than this. And that's it. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Sorry if this was a weird one. I'm just really tired. And, I wanted to finish this today. So yeah.